Hey everyone, my name is Pritam and you're watching Tech with Pri. Welcome to my channel and I'm back with another tech video. Now this is the 31st video of our newly created technical series called ServiceNow. So in my last video, we have understood, rather we have seen that how you can solve, live use cases. So I've shown you three different use cases that you can also mention like client requirements and how you can use Flow Designer. I have shown you to solve those use cases, right? So we have worked on three use cases, guys. If you missed that, don't worry, I'm going to put the link in the description and also you can find the link here on your screen, right? So let's see what we are going to learn from today's video. All right, so as you can see, what is Flow Designer? That is already been done. So I've discussed about what is Flow Designer and the components of Flow Designer, right, in the first video of Flow Designer series. Next, we have understood different use cases in the last video, right? Three different use cases we have seen. So don't miss that video. If you miss that, do watch it because today we are going to do create a new flow for our iPhone 14 catalog item. If you remember in our service catalog series, the last video was how you can create, your iPhone 14 catalog item inside of the ServiceNow, right? And we have done that. Now, what we are going to do is that we did not define any flow there, right? There was a default flow which is assigned already. So now in today's video, we will create a new flow for our flow designer and we would decide what would happen when user will come and click on order now. Okay, and what steps will go, what steps will be done and how many tasks will be created, to whom it would go for approval, each and everything we will practically create that. Okay, so make sure you watch the full video, guys, to clear the whole concept, right? So let's go to my service now and let's implement this. All right, so right now I'm in my ServiceNow personal developer instance, guys. So very quickly, first I will go to I'll show you the iPhone 14 catalog items. So I will go to maintain items. This is the tab from where you know already, right? Where you can see all the items, catalog items. So the first one you can see iPhone 14. This is the latest one where in which we worked. So you can see the price is still showing 600. If you remember in the video, in this iPhone 14 catalog item video, we by mistake I made the price at 600 in rupees, right? So let me change that. I'm going to go pricing and from INR I'm gonna do it on dollar. So $600 is good, right? Let me save this and let's quickly overview this. So we have created this iPhone 14 catalog item under the service catalog under the hardware category also. If I go to item details, some description is there. Now here we have created two questions and you remember we have created this catalog item with the help of the catalog builder, right? That was very important video, guys. Again, if you missed that video, the video is there in my channel. So two questions were there, how much storage and the color. We have one variable set where we have few standard employee questions. Okay. Then catalog categories is fine. Now the main thing is in the process engine. So in the process engine, currently you can see the flow is there, service catalog item request. So that's the default flow that we have chosen, that if someone click on order now in our iPhone 14 catalog item, so it would follow as per the service catalog item request, that flow. Okay, but we are going to create our own flow in today's video. So let's go. Let me remove this and let me save it. Let's not put any flow as of now because we are going to create the flow and let's see how it is working. Okay, without any flow, how it is working. So I'm going to click on try it option and now let's order this. This is our beautiful iPhone 14 catalog item. So let me order this. So let's choose the same color. Let's not change anything. Just to show you how it looks like. Okay. So I'm going to click on order now. So you see the request has been generated very well. I'll click on the request and I will go to the request item. We can see there is one approver already there. So that's the default approver. However, we will create our own approver. Okay, let them there. So I'll go to the request item. I'm going to click on our ITM. And right now there is nothing. No task is there. Let me do one thing. Let me approve the request first, behalf of Eric. So I'll go to the approver tab and I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to approve it. Okay. Now it is approved, you can see. So I'll again go to the RITM, that is the request item. Now if I go down, you can see there is no task is created. But as we have understood that if the request is approved by the respective person, there should be there should be task created, right? That would guide, completion of the request. So that is not creating because we have not created any flow. So let's create a flow and let's create some task for this request item. I mean, not request for this request item, which is the iPhone 14, right? So I'm gonna go to the all and I'm gonna go to the flow designer and very quickly I'm gonna create the flow. Okay, so flow designer has opened, so I'm gonna click on new flow, and this time I'm gonna name it iPhone 14. Okay, let it be like this. System user submit. Now you can see our flow is created successfully. So first trigger. So when the flow will run, right? So if you want to understand about each of these individual things about like trigger actions, how they are working in detail, so you can watch my previous videos about flow designer where I clear all the concept, right? So today I'm going to focus on creating the flow. So when it will trigger, whenever I'll go to the application service catalog. Okay, done. Next action, what would happen? So first, what's gonna happen is that first it would ask for the approval. Okay. And we already have seen there is a default approver is there, but we want more approver. So wait, yes, ask for approval. Now, okay, so from here record, I will choose the request item record, the data pill, which I'm dragging, which is very, very helpful. See the approval field approval, journal field approval history, fine. Now I'm gonna decide the rules for approving. So approve when anyone approves. Now here I can define a group, add group. Now pick a group. So there are so many groups are there. So let me choose any of the group. Um, it's under the hardware, right? Hardware category. Say so. Let's choose. So anyone from the hardware team, if approves, then it is good to go. So first, whenever user will order it, okay, whenever it would be order, first it needs to be approved by the default approver, which is there Eric, and the second one it has to approved by the hardware any team member from hardware team. Okay, anyone can approve this and it would work fine. It would proceed to the next step, but anyone has to approve from the hardware team. Okay, done. If it is approved, okay, now let's click on done. Now I am going to check that whether it is approved or not. You can see I'll go to the flow logic. If let's type RITM approval. Okay. So the condition would be so from ask for approval, I can check approval state. So if approval state is approved, if it is approved, then what would happen? Then first I want update record. So the RITM needs to be updated first with the state. The state should be in progress. So update record, okay. And from here, I am going to put the requested item here. And for the field, it should be state or the request state, I guess. If I go to the RITM state, so I'm gonna search for state. State would be in progress, work in progress, right? Perfect. Next, if it is approved, it will also create catalog task, right? So I'm going to click on action again. And from here, from the spoke, I'm going to choose catalog task. That's our target, right? To fulfill this request item, we have to create a new task. So you can see if I type task, create catalog task, that's the one. You can see automatically task table is selected. Now for the requested item, I'm going to drag the requested item. That's it. You can see it is done. Now for the task short description, what would be there in the task short description? So the first task that we want, first task would be check if the phone is available in the stock. So checking for stock, that would be the short description. And then add field value. Do I want to add any field value? I don't want to. Maybe I can assign it to the, to check this, we need to assign it to the hardware team, right? Assign to, not assign to, I should choose assignment group. So I want automatically it would be assigned to the hardware team. Assignment group would be hardware. Okay, good, fine. If that task gets closed, see there's a wait signal. So if this task gets closed, then only another task will create, right? So let me let me create another task. Let we will do it by 3 tasks, okay, for the demo. So I'll again type task. So this time we will check that if the phone setup is everything is okay or fine with the SIM card. So network team would work on this. So again, I'll drag and drop the request item pill. Done. Short description would be checking for phone condition and network. So that's we want. That would be the second task. And it would be assigned to assignment group. Assignment group would be network. Okay, fine. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna click on done. So last task that we want to create, I'll again click on action, task, create service catalog or catalog task. Now from here, I'm gonna drag the request item table. For the short description, I would type deliver to the customer. And here I'm going to assign it. Let's assign it to service desk. Although service desk job is not this, but for our example, let's choose service desk. Okay, done. Now after this, when all the tasks would be closed, so what we want to check is when all the tasks would be closed, then we want to update the record. Update record. So what we want is that the request item RITM should be automatically closed. Okay, once all the tasks are closed. Okay, so update record, I'm gonna type the request item record. Automatically it would choose the table SCREQ item. So from here I'm gonna choose the state to close complete. Done. Okay, and one more thing we have to do, which is we have to also close the request, right? So from here I'm going to choose update record again. Update record. So this time I'm going to choose the REQ table. So you have to make sure, right? We want to close the request. So we have to choose the request. So from here, from the RITM, from data fields, I'm going to choose the request. That's the request. So I'm going to choose here request number, request table. You can see automatically SC request, service request table comes up. So from here, I'm going to choose stage should be close complete. Done. Our flow is ready. Click on done. So let's quickly see what we have done. First, this iPhone 14 catalog will run. It will only run whenever iPhone someone will order from this catalog, because we are going to copy and paste it in our service catalog item in the process engine. Okay, and then it would ask for the approval. If it is approved from anyone from the hardware team, then if the approval is true, Then it will go for catalog tasks. Third, three catalog tasks it would create. Only the second will create if the first is closed. Only the third will create if first and second task is closed. Then we are updating the request item and the request record to close complete. Okay, let's save this. Okay, now I'm going to click on activate because I want to activate this flow, and we are going to test it right now. But before that, what we need to do, we need to copy the iPhone 14 flow and we need to paste it. So we don't need to copy basically. So I can directly go to the, let's go to the maintain items again, because now how you can see in the flow designer, in the trigger we mentioned when the service catalog will raise, right? Now in which service catalog, which item it would raise, that we did not define. So we will define for our iPhone 14. So I'll open iPhone 14 from request item, maintain item, sorry. So I'll go to the process engine. From in the flow, I will type for iPhone. See iPhone 14 flow come up because it is active now. So I'm going to click on right click and save. Now, so let's see. Now, before I run this flow, what I want to show you is what are the member I want to see. I want to go to groups and want to see who are the member of hardware team, because that we have to check that whether it is going to the right person or not. So hardware, right? So if I open the hardware group, you can see we have 7 members. Okay, and one of them is David Lu, also Fred Ludi. Okay, fine. So now I will run the flow. So let it be open. Make a duplicate tab. Okay, so I'm back to the home page. Now from here, I'm going to order it like a normally from service catalog. So I'll search for service catalog under self-service. So let's go to service catalog and let's order a new iPhone 14, and now it would work or it would follow our flow. Okay, so I'm going to click on hardware and iPhone 14, use a logo, beautiful logo of iPhone 14. So I need this maybe tomorrow. I want 256 GB and I know the price would become 57 because it will add 8,000 more. Okay, so color red is fine. So I'm going to click on order now. So now let's see if our flow is working or not. So once I click on order now, this iPhone 14 flow should trigger. And if I open the request, now first I believe I have to approve this default approver first to see any changes. So I'll just click on RITM and you can see there is nothing is showing. So our flow is not working. No, that's not the case, but we have to approve it first, the request. That's the default approver, right? I told you. So from here, I'm gonna go to the approver tab. I'm gonna click on approve. It is approved now. Now if I go to the RITM, because the approver that we have set, that is for the RITM, not for the request, right? So if I click on RITM right now, you can see if I scroll down, you can see the request has been sent to this many people. These are all part of the hardware group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can see 7 people are there in the hardware group. So the approver has sent to the 7 people. So the group approval is required from the hardware group or 7 approver. Any of them can approve, it would work. So now being an administrator, I can also impersonate and choose any of them to approve. But being an administrator, I can approve anything. So I'm going to click on approve. Behalf of David Lu, I'm approving this. So now if I scroll down, you see it is approved now. So I'm gonna save it. You can see once I reload the page, it is showing it is approved by David Lu and no longer required because in the flow designer, we have chosen approval. Anyone approves from the hardware team. So from hardware team, David Lu approved. So it is approved. From group approval, it is approved also because David Lu is part of the hardware group. And you can see our first catalog task is created with the name of checking for stock. So you can see our task is created and the first task is checking for stock. Now if I go to the flow designer and if I check, the first task is Let's check the subject line or the short description, checking for stock. So it is assigned to the hardware team as we have requested. I'll open the task. It is assigned to the hardware team. Okay, very good. I'm going to close this task so that our next task will come up. And our next task would be, if I scroll down, our second task should be created. So let me reload it. You can see our next task is created, that is checking for phone condition and network, and it is assigned to network team. So from here, I will close it because it is working absolutely fine. Now we will have our third task. It is assigned to service desk. You can see delivered to the customer. So this is our final task. So our phone is now ready to deliver to the customer. And you know, different teams are working to fulfill different tasks. That's how happen in a real world also. Okay. And now once I have closed this task now, and you can see if I reload, you can see the state now changed to close complete because we have mentioned in our flow designer when all the tasks are closed. You can see from flow designer, if I show you, if all the tasks are closed, update request item, it should be close complete. So it is showing you close complete. Now, if I open the request, it is also showing close complete. So you have seen guys how from creating a request, how we have developed the flow. In real world also when you will configure as a system administrator, so based on the client requirements, you will design and develop this flow and you know your client will decide how many tasks needs to create it and you being an administrator, you will create those tasks and you decide as per the requirements in which team it needs to assign, which approver is needed. You can see you can configure approval very easily with the help of the flow designer, and if anyone approves or if required 2 or 3 approval, or you can configure the way you want in the flow designer. So you have seen how with the help of the flow designer we have configured our iPhone 14 catalog item, right? And now anyone can order iPhone 14 and they would receive it with the help of the flow designer, right? So thank you for watching this video guys. If you have any doubt or any question, come to the comment section. If you like the video, hit the like button and don't forget to share this video with your friend and families so that it can reach out to many people. Okay, see you in my next video. Bye bye, take care.